since morning we are having a great time. I mean, since morning I have interviewed close to 7-8 people, and a lot of people are coming onto our stage and meeting us. And this particular branding and this particular media coverage is obviously our title sponsor is Polygon and exchange partner is Mudrex. So with me I have Vugar from Bitget. There are very few global exchanges who have a very high volume, and in terms of the credibility that they have earned, Bitget is definitely one of them. And from I've been observing Bitget for some time. I think not just in terms of the volume, not just in terms of how they have been operating. The best part about Bitget is that they've earned this credibility. So whatever has happened, like even if there are some confusion, or if there is some discussion going on that this is not happening right or that is not happening right, what I've seen from Bitget team is that their team, even the CEO, will come to the social media, will come in between people, and they will try to solve those queries. They will not wait for somebody, or they will not assign tasks to someone that you try and solve it. They'll say, okay, let me tell you, let me explain you how things go. That is what my experience when I have seen Bitget. So Vugar, this is your first time to India. How are you feeling, and how are you feeling when you look at when you're looking at such an amazing gathering here? So what is your experience right now?
Very excited because I met all ranges of people, from investors to people who are new to the industry, a lot of tech people. I think it's a Silicon Valley of India that we are today, and I'm excited that Bangalore has so much potential to build the next big crypto venture. As Bitget, we are an exchange, decentralized wallet, but we also have $100 million in Power X fund that we invest everywhere. $30 million from Ton Foundation to more layer 2s and all the infrastructure projects. Therefore, I'm also keen to see what kind of promising projects are there, and tomorrow we'll be judging also panels, listening to the pitches within the industry. Therefore, I'm very much pleasantly surprised how an exciting market India is to be at, whether you are an exchange, you want onboard users, or whether you are an investor or you are a builder. There's a huge pool of a world caliber talent that can come and build the next venture. Therefore, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very excited to be here.
Right. So Vugar, tell me, whenever your senior management, when they discuss about countries, about nations, where they want to expand, and when it comes to India, what is the feeling like? Is it on the priority list, or is it like, okay, we'll expand there in some other time, or our priority right now is some other market? How important is India for Bitget? And not just for exchange, but because we know that Bitget is a complete ecosystem. So how important is India for Bitget in terms of their expansion or in terms of their focus?
I think when we look at expansions, there are different logics to follow, because some countries are easy to penetrate and grow there because they're small. India is not a country. India is an economy. It's one of the world's largest economies. It's 1.5 billion people. It requires a lot of effort. It is not a decision that you one day wake up and you tell, we are going to this country, because you need to have a manpower, you need to have enough investment, you need to have enough paperwork in place. Therefore, we've been growing steadily in this market, and therefore we decided as a Bitget to come here and set up an office. Before end of the new year, we will be having a truly local presence, having and setting up our office, hiring local people. And I've been bombarded with CVs. I'm very happy, and it is a very tough choice. As I mentioned, the country has so much potential and so much world caliber talent. It's very easy and efficient to come and build an infrastructure. That's our goal number one. Goal number two is we are working with the local authorities and legislators to make sure that we don't just come here, but we serve our customers compliantly. We are looking forward to our FIU license. Ideally before end of the year, but it is legislation, you know how things go. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's very fast. The latest case, I believe by the end of the next quarter, we'll be able to be fully compliant and then start onboarding more new users within this ecosystem, because India has a healthy mix of experimental users, like a first-time comers, a lot of seasoned professionals, a lot of risk appetite, everywhere between dollar cost averaging on Bitcoin to meme tokens, a wide range of demand in terms of the market, but also there's a lot of VCs, family offices, investment funds, and institutions that are also keen to have a global offering, because global exchanges don't just come to bring a global offering, but it's also about the trust and security protection fund we have, proof of reserves we provide that can prevent issues similar to Vizir happening.
Yeah, coming on to that. So you were saying that, by the way, this is like a kind of a breaking news that Bitget, one of the most reputed exchanges worldwide, is planning to get an FIU license, or is it like at what stage we can say that you
We're
are?
almost done. I had personally several meetings with the authorities. We are waiting for the final go ahead.
Okay. So the breaking news is that Bitget might get an FIU license very soon. So once you get it, I mean, then will you have a proper team at India where they're based out of India and probably serving the Indian customers?
We already onboarded some of our local team members and extended that offer, and we'll be hiring more people and having a proper local setup to serve our Indian customers.
Okay. One question that most of the, since it's a bull market, one question that I frequently get, Vugar, is that it's okay to invest in Bitcoin. We get it. It's a big thing. But when we buy it on an exchange, look at Mudrex. If I would have invested say 1 million, and now Mudrex got hacked or an exchange gets hacked, what is the point of keep buying an asset and putting it on an exchange? What you have to tell them that what are the standards that you follow that ensures that the people's fund are safe. They can feel safe about it. I mean, because this question generally comes in everybody's mind when they deal on foreign exchanges. What is that you have to say for that?
I think there are three important cases. Case number one is that as a crypto company and exchange, Bitget never been hacked. And it is because that we have a very high standards in terms of security, and we work with the state of our infrastructure providers like Samsung to prevent all sorts of scams that could be related with AI, deepfakes, all possible hacks that we detect and prevent on time. This is number one. We have protocols in place to prevent things happening like that. But in case something similar happens, we have a protection fund of 6,500 Bitcoins available in the public wallet. Everyone can go and check it on our website, which is more than $500 million. It is the world's second largest protection fund. In case if something goes wrong and any customer suffers because of our mistake, we have enough funds to refund. Therefore, this kind of a security you might not get in your average local exchange, but you can definitely get on Bitget. Third is our proof of reserves. For the last several years, we continuously publish our proof of reserves, showing that all the customer funds are safe within our environment. But on top of it, we have a pledge that in every given report period, we have more than 150% of all the funds. For people watching us, if you all our customers, about 5 million customers, decide to take all their funds out of exchange, we will still have 50% more funds remaining, which is a testament of the liquidity and the chance that we have more money than all our users in our exchange, making sure that we never touch their funds and it's always safe. Therefore, all these three aspects make Bitget a great place to come, acquire and trade and sell. But definitely it is a crypto. If you want to do a long-time hold, I definitely recommend you going exploring wallets. For example, we have Bitget wallet, a decentralized wallet where you can hold your own seed phrase, hold your own keys, but also it comes with a different sort of a responsibility and importance.
Yeah, and in that wallet, I think what plans you. So let's come back to the Bitget Web3 wallet. What are the plans? You just want to keep it as a wallet, or you want to make it as like a super app that one can have the exchange, the swap, and everything. Even they can buy NFTs. What are the plans to make Bitget wallet? I mean, will it be just a wallet or a super app of future?
I think Bitget wallet's idea is to become the super Web3 app of future, where you can do all Web3 actions, but in a very easy interface. I think we are the world's most easy to use Web3 app today. We have social logins, but if you want to have your keys, you can. We have the very simple swap. We don't do most of the complications that other wallets do. Therefore, luckily, we hit 40 million users and we surpassed both the Trust Wallet and MetaMask in last 2-3 months of the download. Therefore, idea is to build like a Web3 gateway that you can just have a one app and then you can go to your Uniswap and you can buy your NFTs. You can swap and do whatever you want in an easy access way. But still, the idea is to keep Bitget as an exchange separately from the Bitget wallet, because for us, Bitget wallet is much more than exchange. And also it's a different type of a user. It is non-KYC platform. It is where you hold your own assets compared to the custody question. Therefore, these two entities are separately, and I think it's like a two separate beasts in its own, because Bitget is the fourth largest exchange in the world, and Bitget wallet is almost there to become number one, number two, number three largest wallet in the world.
Wow, that's great. One last question is, when you've met a lot of regulators in your life, I'm sure. They're from Dubai, who are very open, very transparent, and they'll say, oh yeah, come over Vugar, let's have a discussion over a cup of coffee. And then you have a very strict ones. So if you have to give us an idea how you deal the tougher ones, lighter ones are okay to deal with, but how you deal the tougher ones, how you convince them, what are their main concerns?
I think the biggest problem is that crypto is a very new industry, and usually legislators we deal with, they are on their like 40s and 50s. It's very hard for them to understand how things work, and the way I approach legislators is that I try to explain them how an exchange can help them. How we can help them to prevent fraud. How we can help them to find scammers. How we already know all our customers, and how we can help if our customers lost their funds in a scam, how to freeze the funds, how to work with the authorities to solve all these platforms. On another hand, definitely legislators are very keen about taxation, how much money people have, what are the aspects of the money laundering, and when we explain them that there are so many technologies that we can identify the patterns of the money laundering and help them to catch these criminals, they get interested. I think it is about explaining how transparent the crypto industry is, because usually the idea is that, oh, it's very complicated, it is a scam. Actually, crypto is much more transparent than traditional paper printed money, because paper printed money has no trace. With everything on chain, it's very easy to understand who paid who and how much. And when we explain this, I see so much like a sparkles in the eyes of the legislators having this aha moment how technology can solve.
How was your experience when it came to Indian regulators?
Honestly, in the beginning I was very afraid because of the what is the protocol, what I have to do. But they're really fun people, and of course in the beginning it is always like this 15-minute chit chat. How was my flight? What did you have for a lunch? What do you like about it? Then it gets serious. But also I think we have a big shout out to Indian legislators, our friends from FIU. They're very open-minded.
Very open-minded.
And they're very open to the question, and also very rarely, like it's not only about having a tough legislator, very rarely countries are open to have this conversation with
Wow, that's nice. This is very important. People should get the confidence that even bureaucrats are open to learn, because right now, many individuals, they feel that our bureaucrats are closed. No, I think conversation like this can also help you people understand that our bureaucrats are open in terms of understanding.
Understanding and learning, because it is very unfair to them to expect that someone should know all the law, legislation, crypto, tomorrow someone comes, payment gateways. These people deal with so many things at the same time.
Are you hopeful? Are you hopeful that after meeting them, that things should work out fine?
I'm very hopeful. We had a very an open conversation, and I think the whole concept of a Bitget, through our CEO Craze, myself, we're always available for any conversation, whether it's a customer compliant, whether it's about a listing conversation, or whether it's going actually talking to the legislators. And we've been successfully acquired licenses in Turkey, in Vietnam, in UK. Therefore, we have an experience of working with different level of challenges, as you mentioned, of the legislators. Therefore, I think Indian legislators are one of the open-minded to work with.
Now I'm coming on to the most important question of this podcast, because he is, looking after an exchange, the entire operations, everything. Now, based on the numbers the Bitget is getting, based on the trends, based on the volumes, at what stage we are in of the bull cycle. Are we at the beginning, or it has not started yet, or the best is about to come?
As per our research, we are on a first segment of a bull run. It should go another 6 months, and the research predicts that if everything continues as it is, we should see Bitcoin around 150 in
Wow.
next 6 months. Therefore, there's a lot of research based on the ETF influx about the micro strategies approach, and also what the President-elect Trump predicted, and all the other political situations happening globally. Therefore, I'm very hopeful that bull run can go more and we can all make money, because we've been waiting for so long, right?
Yeah, we waited. We keep telling people that do not invest in meme coins. Be very careful in meme coins. What has been the craze of meme coins? Even you must be very surprised in exchange that we never expected a volume like this. What is driving this craze? And do you think this craze is going to grow, or is going to end badly?
I think it's gonna grow before it ends badly, but I also understand, because most people who came to crypto, they go with this pizza case, right? Someone paid 10,000 bitcoins, now it is X amount of millions, and we all want to get that millions, that big success story to go talk about. And it's clear that Bitcoin won't do you 2x's or 3x's or 10x's anymore, unfortunately, in a short time. With meme tokens are kind of the success story in steroids. You can make that 100x, and today if you go to Indian segment of the YouTubers, you will see everyone's like next 10,000x, next, I don't know, 100x, next 200x. Therefore, I think meme tokens are dreams come true for some. But again, my always advice is that risk only the money that you are willing to lose all of it, because chances of losing on meme tokens are much higher than earning. But if you earn, you do 100x.
Right. I think this is very important what he said at the end of the day, because from his perspective, he said that meme coins might still grow before they end on a bad note. We hope that you got the right message from this. And the best part is that the bureaucrats in India, as you thought, might be closed-minded, but no, you were wrong. They are open-minded and willing to discuss, willing to understand, and not from me and you, but from Bitget, who has a lot of experience. And when they sit across the regulator, they try to present the picture that, sir, we have been doing it in more than 100 countries, and few countries were closed-minded, few countries were open. We have all the experience. Let us share our experience and our story. We are here to help you. Exchanges and exchanges founders, especially the global exchanges, coming to India and having a dialogue with the bureaucrats and regulator is a very good sign, and probably they can also help on a lot of aspects that how to go about this industry. Thank you very much, Vugar. It was a pleasure meeting.
Great.